Did you know that leadership stops working the moment it becomes all about you? In fact, if your team feels that the mission is your ego and not their growth, well, they're going to slowly start to disengage. And that's why my leadership thought for you today is great leaders don't lead for attention, they lead for impact. Because what I've found is that ego-driven leadership, it may get short-term results, but it rarely leads to long-term loyalty. Why is that? Well, it's because when people feel like props in our story, they stop showing up for the mission because they want to be a part of something that's bigger than themselves and something that's bigger than us too. Now, when we make it all about us, we end up creating a culture of competition, of fear, of burnout. But instead, all we got to do is shift it slightly and focus on service, purpose, shared success. That's what's going to cause our people to lean in. That's what's going to cause them to see themselves in a bigger story, because then they're going to feel seen, they're going to feel trusted, and they're going to follow with their heart, not just out of obligation. I want you to picture two tour guides. Now, one tour guide spends the whole trip talking about themselves, never pointing out landmarks, never asking the group how they're doing. Well, that's a perfect picture of ego-driven leadership. But our second tour guide is different. This tour guide highlights others and makes space, and he brings them along into the experience. This style changes everything. It actually makes the experience exponentially better. So here's my reflection question for you. I want you to ask yourself, am I leading to elevate others or to be elevated by others? I know it's subtle, but the difference shows up in how we make decisions or how we celebrate wins or even how we handle recognition. I think one question we can ask ourselves to apply this, a good application question, is what's one way that I can move the spotlight off of me and shine it onto someone else? Now, that could be celebrating a teammate. It could be sharing the credit. It could be asking more questions. Being intentional in this area is going to make a big difference in our total leadership impact. Because the truth is, leadership isn't about being the hero. It's about helping others win. So let's make a choice to set aside our ego and to lead with humility. Well, if this episode has added value to you as a leader, or you think it would impact somebody else, I'm going to encourage you to share it with them. And if you want to help the channel out, one way you can do that is just hit the like button. Or if you're not subscribed, go ahead and do that too. Well, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.